What is the typical term of a state contract for social service providers?
I should imagine most of them are for a year, some may be multi-year contracts. They are, of course, subject to appropriation. The only point with this bill, it isn't to say that agencies have to sign contracts with any social service provider. It just says if the agencies knows that it's not going to be able to pay up, give that provider 30-day notice. I've got a sheaf of papers here from the Good Friday massacre, the Good Friday cuts that came last year when agency after agency found all of a sudden it wasn't going to be able to meet payroll, it was not going to be able to provide services. I think those agencies deserve a winding down period. Nothing in this bill requires the state agencies to enter into contracts. It just says you've got to give people notice before you decide that you're not going to be able to meet a contract.
But this is the problem. Under Section 10A, as I see it, it says that the provision of social services may be terminated by either party to the agreement for any reason on 30 days' notice. So the state of Illinois, so for a contract that we've signed for a year and that we have fully appropriated for at this General Assembly, we can stick it to a social service provider with only 30 days' notice. They could have signed that contract, staffed up their agency for the full year, and 30 days later, they've got to fire everybody. That's what this bill reads, at least under 10A. Either party to the contract may eliminate.
Either party today to a contract, and nothing changes in this bill because of it, either party can cancel a contract because of failure to perform.
Right, but there's no failure to perform in here.
If an agency isn't doing what it's supposed to do.
It says for any or no reason. So if Lutheran Social Services staffs up for a full year to provide foster care services for us, and we decide, you know what, or a governor or someone down the road decides, you know what, I don't like the Lutheran Social Services, I can cancel them with 30 days' notice. Even though they've staffed up, they were prepared to serve me for the full year.
But this is already law. You're reading from current law.
No. Well, I mean, if it is, I'm reading your amendment. Your Amendment 2. Section 10A. Any grant agreement, service agreement, or contract between a state agency and authorized service provider?
That is current law. The question is, does the provider get any notice before the state decides it's going to cancel? And you were here for the Good Friday cuts. You were here when agency after agency.
If it's current law, why are we writing it into your bill? I mean, this is a new section. I mean, this is new law.
My point is that already the state can decide to cancel a contract. The important thing about this bill is that there is a notice provision for all those social service providers who suddenly find the rug pulled out from under them.
And, Mr. Speaker, to the bill, we obviously have a difference of opinion here, but all I know is it's an old legal principle that the state legislature doesn't do anything without some effect. If we include language in a bill that does something, we mean it. It says right here that we could stick it to a social service provider for any reason or no reason upon 30 days prior written notice to that social service provider. You know, maybe that's the current law, maybe it isn't, but we're adding it to the law and it shouldn't be there. When we sign a contract, that should mean something. So I would urge a no vote on this emphatically. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.